The curtains are here. The curtains are here. But the rod hasn't come yet, so I can't even hang them. Oh, these have been in the attic. It comes with 4 panels. Look at them. And tie-offs. I'm so excited. They're literally perfect. Okay, I'm having a little lazy day today. Well, not lazy day. I haven't been lazy. A calming day, I guess I want to say. I did some gardening. I guess that's all I did, but you know, I had to run some errands to do that. And anyway, so now I'm going to cook myself some dinner. I'm gonna make my favorite thing that I cook, my bolognese. I think I've made it on my channel before, but I'm gonna make it again. It's literally the best. But before I get started, have you ever I'm partnering with Our Place for this video. When I tell you I'm their biggest fan, I literally am their biggest fan. I use their cookware. Baby, what are you doing? I use their cookware every single day, multiple times a day. It is literally the only thing I cook with anymore. I gifted my mom and my brother one of these pans over the holidays. That's how much I love them, because I'm like, look, you need this, just trust me. And now they're obsessed with it. So when Our Place reached out to me, I was like, you're joking. You've probably seen them. Like, they're very, like, you see them pop up on Instagram or whatever. They're very, like, you know, aesthetically pleasing. But it's not just that. They literally are designed to replace all of your other cookware. So let me show you. This is their always pan. And so it's like this deep skillet, which is like the perfect size. It's completely non-stick and it's non-toxic, so you don't have to worry about toxins. It comes with a spatula and it has like this little notch here, so the spatula just sits right there, so you never have to, like, you know, get everything dirty. Also comes with this little basket, which you can use to steam like dumplings or vegetables. I use it for veggies all the time. You just put a little bit of water, you put the basket in there, you put the vegetables, you close the lid, steamed. And then this is their newest addition. So if you have literally this pot and this pan, you don't need anything else, because this, you can use it as a saucepan, you can use it as a, you can use it to roast. Like, it literally comes with this non-stick rack in here, so you can put this right in there and you can steam something if you want. Like, let's say you're like using the pan for something else, you can steam vegetables in there as well. Or you can literally just put a whole chicken on there and roast it. This can also be used as a Dutch oven. So it is oven safe up to 425 degrees. And they're so light. I have a Dutch oven that I really like, but I never use it because it's just so heavy. So like taking it out, putting it in the oven, cleaning it, it's just like a whole thing. And I just find myself not using it. And then again, it comes with a spoon. It has these notches, so it literally just rests right on the handle. They're also the easiest things to clean, which I will prove to you once I'm finished cooking. It is a woman of color owned company. The co-founder is a Pakistani immigrant who co-founded the Malala Fund with Malala. Okay? Don't even need to say anything else. Everything is made with recycled materials. All the packaging it comes in is recyclable or compostable, and I'm just like a huge fan. Let's make some bolognese, and you can see them in action. Okay, so once everything's chopped up, I used an onion, 4 garlic cloves, 2 carrots, and 2 celery sticks. I'm just gonna heat up some oil. And I know it seems like a lot of steps, but honestly, this is one of the easiest things I make. And it's also the most delicious. I love to make it like when I have company or even just for me and Ted. But it's just like one of my go-to meals because it's really easy and it's so good. All to the pan. Oh my God. I could have done that a little bit more gracefully, but so just saute them all together. I usually hold off on doing the garlic at the end just because it cooks really fast, but I accidentally mixed it. Yeah, so just let that saute until the onions are, you know, like translucent. You know how to saute onions. Okay, so once the veggies are just about done, now I put in the meat. I'm using ground turkey. You can use any kind of ground meat you want. This is just what I have. I just plop it right in there. I don't like touching it, and then I break it up after. It's still a little bit frozen, but that's okay. We want to simmer it and let the meat cook with some wine. You want to use white wine, preferably a dry wine. I'm going to use some Chardonnay that I had lying around. Just go with whatever you feel. Does not have to be fancy wine. You're just cooking with it. So it's gonna look like a lot of liquid and you're gonna be like, oh no, this is a mistake. Just keep cooking because it's gonna cook down. It's gonna reduce a lot. I'm gonna put some seasoning in here. So I just put some oregano, some salt, and some pepper. I'm gonna let that cook until the liquid is just pretty much all gone, and then I'll come back with next steps. Okay, so now as you can see, most of the liquid is gone. It only took like 15 minutes, not even, because I have it on medium. I put a can of tomato paste in there, and I'm gonna use the whole can. Okay, I'm not like other girls. I use the whole can because I just don't think it's tomatoey enough without the whole can. And I can't tell you how many half-used cans of tomato paste I've had in my fridge that I eventually just have to throw away. So, you know, it's good for everybody this way. So then you just kind of mix it in. Then I'm gonna turn it down a little to like medium low. And then this is when it's all gonna come together. Okay, so first of all, bay leaves. These are important, but sadly I only have this one little guy, and it's a heart, so it's gonna have to do. But normally I use 2. So then we put a cup of chicken stock or chicken broth. You can use veggie, whatever. And then a cup of heavy cream. Okay, this is something I cook with all the time. I always have heavy cream on deck. If you don't, you're freaking missing out, okay? It makes everything so good. Sauces, that's pretty much it. Okay, and again, this is gonna look crazy. You're gonna be like, this is not sauce. This is milky meat water. But you have to trust the process, okay? Now that that's done, I'm gonna let this simmer for a while. And I kind of just eyeball it. Like I'm gonna, I have it cooking at like 3 or 4. But check it every now and then. Give it a stir. Make sure it's not burning. Make sure it's coming together, and then I'll show you what you want it to look like when it's getting close to done. But while I'm waiting for that, I'm gonna boil my pasta. A little salt in the water. Wait for that to boil, and then I'm gonna use spaghetti. But you can use whatever pasta. I use like all kinds of, I use penne a lot. I usually use penne or spaghetti. Okay, so this is what you want the sauce to be looking like. It's showing up a bit lighter on camera than it is in person, but this is it. Now we can remove this little tiny baby. And then the last step I like to do, and this is optional. You know what? It's not. It's not optional, okay? Grated Parmesan. Preferably freshly grated, but this is just what I have on hand. And I just throw it in there. It just makes it so much more flavorful and good. Oh, you guys have no idea. I wish you could taste this. Okay, moment of truth. You guys! You have no idea. Oh my god. Okay. I promised you I would show you how easy it is to clean. This is it after. Look, you can see nothing even stuck on it. Look at that. I just put a little soap. Done. Done. Can you believe it? Okay, so don't mind me. I'm just killing a bunch of birds with one stone. I got a headache, so I've got my ice cap on to make me cold. So I got my robe on. And I'm gonna be hanging up my curtains finally because my curtain rod just came. It was super late, so my curtains have just been sitting here all pretty and beautiful waiting to be hung. And I can finally do it, so let's just figure this out. Okay, that was literally so annoying. It took me forever. It was so hard. Everything kept falling. I literally was sweating while wearing my ice cap. That's how annoying it was. But I finally finished. And it looks really good, thankfully. So, I do wish it had like a ruffle across the top, but, you know, I do like the way it frames the window. It's so much better than it was, and I really wish you guys could see this room in person because video and photos just don't do it justice. So it has these tie backs here that I can let down when I want to close it. It just looks so homey. Oh, and the pillowcases. Look at these pillowcases. Aren't they gorgeous? What else did I get? Oh yeah, I got this fake plant at Target. I don't normally do fake plants, however, there's not a ton of light over here, so this would be a difficult plant to take care of, plus they're really expensive, so I saw this and thought that would go great. I want to get some fake ferns as well, because I really love ferns and I feel like it really fits this like 80s vibe. But I've had ferns before and I just refuse to do it again. Keeping a fern alive in Southern California, no less. No thanks. Anyway, so here's how it's looking. It's damn near perfect if I do say so myself. So it's pretty much done, minus just like, you know, when I see something here and there, you know, grab it for the room. I love the ceilings as well. So cute. I spend so much time in here. I love it. I gotta show you something. Look at that. Breathtaking. I haven't been up this early in a while, and I'm just like, I gotta get up early more. If only just for this way the sun comes through the house. It's a very specific morning sun, you know? It's like after a certain time, it's like after 9 o'clock, it's like it just doesn't look like that. And I just feel like the serotonin in my brain has been topped off. Not to mention, look at this. Are you kidding? Look, you can't even see. He's like, I'm bathing with my eyes closed. It's so bright. Just absolutely stunning. I have a rash. And it's been there for months. Literally months. Oh, I don't know where to put you. It's been there for literally months. Oh my God. It's perioral dermatitis. Yeah, I know. And it's literally been crimping my style like you wouldn't even believe. But here's the thing. Whatever the like urgent care docs or like the telehealth docs, they don't freaking know, okay? The one guy's like gave me a steroid and I'm like, okay, freaking perioral dermatitis 101, dude. Steroid? No. But you know, I was just holding off because Wizard, get down. What do you think this is, a buffet? Oh my God, is he not the cutest? I freaking want to throw up. Ugh. So, I had this health insurance, right? And my friend told me about this women's like, very like LA, like medical group. And it seemed like perfect. It was like all geared towards like women or non-binary people. And, you know, it's like very kind of whole health, you know, they do like gynecology, primary care, acupuncture, like they do everything all in one, like dermatology. And you know, it's like they listen to you, whatever. And I was like, okay, imagine going to the doctors and being listened to, like never heard of it. So I like looked on their website, they accept my insurance, so I like signed up for their membership, which is something like $15 a month or whatever. And I was like, I'd pay that to be listened to. Hello? As I'm literally being silenced. So I signed up, and then I like, you know, I was like booking my appointment or whatever, and then they were like, oh, we only accept your insurance in our New York location. I'm like, I really want to use you guys. So this was in January, like early January. So it was still open enrollment period in California. So I'm like, I'm going to switch insurances. I don't care about my insurance. I don't like any doctors I've seen. I want to go to this place. So I'll switch my insurance to something they accept. So I'm working with them and we're talking back and forth. And I'm like, hey, I'm looking at this insurance. Do you got, like, I'm literally doing this so that I can go here. So like, I need like, confirmation that this insurance you accept, because I'm like, they do like a pay out of pocket thing, but I'm like, I cannot, I can't pay what I pay in insurance every month and not use it. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not paying out of pocket for anything medical. Like, no, it's got to come through insurance. Therapy, I pay out of pocket for. That's where I draw the line. So she gives me a list. So I'm like, I'm looking at this insurance. She's like, here's a list of the plans we accept from that insurance. I'm like, great. The one I was looking at is on there. So I sign up. And I'm like, amazing. My new cover starts in February 1st. Can't wait. I'm waiting for my card so that I can like book all my appointments. you know, I'm like, I'm gonna get the works. I'm gonna get all the blood work. I'm gonna get every test. Like, I'm like, give me everything. Like, I'm so excited. I'm like taking control of my health, someone who takes me seriously, etc., etc. So yesterday was February 2nd, and I'm like, I got my wallet, I got my card, I like sit out with my computer, and I'm like, I'm gonna do like all my appointments right now. And so I go on my, you know, it's an HMO plan, so I go on my, you know, the Blue Shield, whatever, website, and I'm like choosing my primary care doctor, and I'm noticing there's no, like, it's only looking up by doctor's name, not by like medical group. So I'm like, let me give them a call, because they gave me, you know, the ID numbers to choose as their primary care. So I call them and I speak to this woman who's like really cool, really helpful, and I'm like, hey, I want to use a medical group as my primary care instead of an individual doctor. Here's the ID. She's like, it's not coming up. And I'm like, that's weird. Anyway, she looks into it, even goes so far as to call over to the medical group for me, comes back to me, and she's like, they don't accept your insurance. I know. And I'm like, huh? And she's like, I'm floored for you. Like, she was completely on my side, in the trenches with me. She's even like, the girl I was speaking to was just as confused. I'm like, what is going on? So, yeah, long story short, they don't accept an insurance plan that they specifically tell me they did. So yeah, I did cry a little. I didn't allow myself like a full cry over this, because I was like, you know what, you're not worth it. So it seems they're still working out the kinks, but literally, so then I literally go on, you know, to post to Instagram close friends, and I was like, hey, girlies, primary care doctors, who do you go to? Who do you like? One of my friends says, oh my God, go here. And it's the place. I was like, bitch, if I'm not trying my hardest to go there. I don't know why everybody else is allowed. Everybody else is going there. And everybody in LA. But I'm literally jumping over hoops for them. Anyway, so I messaged them and was like, what the fuck? And we'll see what they say. But, so that was my plan. And so now I woke up, my rash is still here, and guess what? No appointments down the pipeline. I could just, I think I'm just gonna go to like some fucking rando in my insurance plan just to get this taken care of, because I'm sick of it. Because I know what I need. I need like an antifungal, like they want to see rash and they're like, steroid. The guy wanted to put me on prednisone. I'm like, sir. This, not. I'm eating a bagel. Remember when I used to like literally sit in my car every morning and eat a bagel from Starbucks? So retro. Retro vibes. Throwback Thursday. Anyway, I rarely get Starbucks anymore. You know, I make everything in-house. But I was forced to eat a bagel yesterday because I was out of eggs. And when I tell you I was full for so long, there's nothing I hate more than like being hungry before like a reasonable lunchtime, because I'm just like, here's one thing I hate. I hate eating during the day. Like stopping for a meal, I'm like, please. I'm already like, once you got me doing something, I'm like, do not interrupt me with hunger, please. I have to stop and make fucking lunch? No. So, look, I'll eat lunch, but it won't be till like 4, okay? So, and you gotta hold me over till 4. Anyway, so I got more, because I'm like, yeah, give me more of that. I was able to just kind of breeze through the day. Okay, yeah, so that's the catch up. So hopefully they'll message me today and be like, oh my god, there was a mistake. We do accept, and please come in ASAP. But I have a feeling if there's gonna be a little apologies again. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later. You guys will never guess what happened. I was just sitting down editing this vlog. I'm like, it's going up tomorrow morning. I get to the last clip, come to find out, I never finished the damn thing. So, thought I'd do that now. Got some updates. The medical group did reach back out. They don't accept my insurance. They're like, oh, we're still in process of negotiating our contract. What? Anyway, so they're no longer this like group, this like fancy healthcare I want to go to anyway. Not to mention I like mentioned it to my therapist and she was like, I don't like them. I've had clients with bad experiences there, and I'm like, okay, tell me more. Let's really talk some shit on them. Anyway, so I'm not gonna slander their name just because I'm like, I just don't want the karma, you know? Because, you know, I have friends that go there and I like them, whatever. So I'm gonna cancel my membership with them and ask for a refund, frankly. So I'm still in the process of looking for primary care. So if you live in LA and you have a great experience with a primary care doctor, list them in the comments. Or like DM me on Instagram or something if you don't want to blast it. If you want to like gatekeep your doctor a little bit, like I understand, but just like flip a sister a contact, you know? But anyway, so I'm gonna hunt for a new doctor, but in the meantime I called a different telehealth doc. This one I said perioral dermatitis and he said I know it well. And I said last guy gave me steroids and he said that's the last thing you want to do. And I was like, you're telling me. So he gave me the goods, Metro Gel. Been using it for a couple days. We're seeing some slight improvement. He said it'll take a couple weeks, but I'm like, after a few months, couple weeks, that's nothing. But the rest of my skin is also looking like shit. I don't know if it's from the Metro Gel. It appears that when it rains, it truly pours. But you know, we're rolling with it. It's okay. I think it might be like drying out my skin. Or I also like used a sunscreen that I hadn't used in a while. Maybe it was like, I don't know. I have like bumps all over my freaking skin. What if I'm like allergic to the Metro Gel? You know what? I don't care at this point. I'll keep using it because it'll go away when I stop using it. But you know what won't go away? The perioral dermatitis. The doctor was like, Metro Gel. Is that like, it's just funny how many uses this freaking medication has. The guy was like, you ever used this before? I was like, not topically. And then he pauses as if I'm gonna go on. I'm like, don't make me say it, pervert. Like, yeah, I've used it. But not like this. Not like this. I threw out my back. That's probably why I didn't finish this vlog, because I had full intentions of taking you guys along with me to the desert. I went to Joshua Tree over the weekend with Ted, stayed at this beautiful little trailer. Threw my back out an hour before we left. Why is my, like, when I say all these things out loud, I'm like, why is my life a laughing stock? So anyway, feeling a lot better today. Rash is starting to become a thing of the past, and so is my bad back. Just finished this book. Okay, you guys, I have gotten so into reading. Like, I've always loved reading, but I've been more of a sporadic reader. I don't know what changed about me, but something clicked in my brain, and suddenly I'm like, I read books for entertainment. I barely watch TV. I thought this was just gonna be like a 2-week kick. You know, I'll get really into something and then I abandon it completely. But something stick, you know, and this is sticking. I set a goal for myself last year to read 15 books, and I read 6. You know, I'm that kind of person. Like, it's like, I read, but not, you know, crazy. I set a goal this year, 25. I've read 12. And it's February, okay? I posted a little, I always thought like books are boring, like everybody goes home and reads but no one really talks about it, right? Apparently no, there's like a whole community of people who are passionate about books. Stop looking at my breasts. And so I posted on TikTok, like, these are the books I read. I posted about the books I read in January. People ate it up. And I'm like, hold on. There's nothing more exciting than when you like talk about something you're passionate about and then all these other people are like, I love this and I too am passionate about it. And it's like, okay, this is why social media was created. It was created for capitalism, but we're taking ownership back. It's for community. Anyway, so I thought, let me know, you guys. Also follow me on Goodreads. It's just Joanna Spicer is my user. If you're interested in books and you want to see like what I've read, and I always usually review them. But I think it'd be fun to do a monthly what I read this month. And like kind of do like a little what I thought about the books and stuff. Let me know. Because I'm just having a blast. And you know what? Here's why reading's always been sporadic for me, because I always needed like a very specific setting in order to read. My mind would just go fucking nuts if I could hear a single, like people who like listen to music and study, I'm like, how? Here's how I read. On vacation last summer, I brought a book, as you do, to the beach. But the waves crashing and the chatter in the background, I literally brought my noise canceling headphones to the beach with no music playing, just to drown out so that I could read. And I'd read 3 pages and be like, what did I just read? And I'd read it again. I don't know what I just read. And that's just like why sometimes reading was just not that easy for me. Something clicked in me. I don't know. Maybe it's just that practice makes perfect. I don't know. I truly don't know. But like, I don't even take ADHD medication anymore. I didn't like the stimulants, so I can't even like, you know, attribute it to anything that I've changed, rather than I'm just reading more. But I'll sit, Ted's blasting TV next to my head, and I'm reading a book. Only person in the world is me and my book. I don't know. Sometimes people change. Anyway, I'm gonna end this vlog now because it's already long. So let me know about the books and about the doctors. And I will see you later.